Coming up next, it's a UFC featherweight division fight. All right, well, he's one of the more accomplished strikers in this division. Sprawl and brawl, whatever you want to say, he's going to try to keep this fight standing tonight.
It does not matter how he accomplishes it. All he wants to do is be on his feet and at range, hitting you with the beautiful jab, staying away from the grappling exchanges. You don't accomplish all the things that this man has accomplished over the course of his career without understanding distance. He has great distance management, which then in turn allows him to land all these beautiful diverse kicks, spinning back kick, jumping high kick, so many things he possesses that he will try to use tonight this fight.
Yeah, if this turns into a kickboxing match tonight, most people believe, yeah, his opponent is in a world of trouble. Well, this is exciting here, DC. The founder of Jeet Kune Do, one of the founding fathers, really, of mixed martial arts, Bruce Lee, is back in a big spot here tonight.
Bruce Lee is what every kid looked to when they thought about doing karate. Bruce Lee is the person that anyone looked at when they said, I want to be a fighter. It was the speed, it was the charisma, it was the approach of Bruce Lee that made him so special. And tonight, he's gonna look to show a new generation of fighters exactly how it's supposed to be done.
And if you hear the phrase, drillers make killers, right? I mean, that was Bruce Lee in a nutshell. He felt like practice would make perfect. Nobody trained as hard as the great Bruce Lee. All right, now let's get to the tail of the tape for this featherweight tilt. So 3 years the gap in age between these two fighters with similar height and reach. And once again, here is the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a kickboxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Assassin. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, Bruce the Dragon Lee.
Okay, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch left, do it now, go back to your corner.
They touch him up and we are underway.
You ready?
All right, so here we go with the start of this fight. I'm anxious, man. What a matchup it is, and it's going to be interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see who has the upper hand here.
It's going to be difficult to find out how this plays out, right? Striker versus well-rounded fighter. Who's going to be the one that's going to control where this fight takes place? Ooh, what a punch.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Throwing that jab now again, the fighter evades. Tried to go to the body, but unable to connect. Lee's kick looked like it might have been a good one, but it gets blocked.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Just over 3 minutes to go, round one.
Let's go, guys.
Clipped him with the right hand there.
Very tricky when he throws that body kick.
Lee gets caught with that punch.
Let's focus now.
Connects with a right. Just over 2 minutes to go in the round. Ooh, blocks the shot. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Hook is there again.
Big kick lands.
Oh, straight right.
Big leg kick lands.
Sound defense there as he blocks the shot. Muay Thai club. Lee gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
He is throwing his fast, straight, hard jab. That's not a feeler jab. That's one that's really knocking the head back.
Oh, I love the jab. I know you love the jab. That was a nice one.
It's my favorite punch in all of fighting.
Take a seat. Deep breath. Breathe. Take a drink. All right, here we go. Listen. You're doing absolutely awesome. I want you to...
All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
All right, here we go with round two. Round one, pretty good, not great, but some action on both sides.
We can't always hope for fireworks, John.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to deal with the ebbs and flows of a fight. In round number one, you saw both guys have success. Let's see who really charges out ahead in the second round. Look at him whip his hip into that kick. Big body kick lands.
All right, so he's landed some good shots tonight, but this is not a combo meal, right? No three-piece, no soda. It's one and done more often than not.
John, don't you come to me without a combo. I want the whole platter. Give him the whole platter, young man. Put some punches together. Make this guy take the whole thing. Give him more than one strike. You have now found a setup punch. The jab is landing consistently. Find something that's going to go behind it. Nice kick.
Shot there, DC. I'm not sure how he stayed upright.
I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, to stay standing shows it costs for your toughness.
3 minutes remain in the round. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round two.
Head kick lands, he's hurt. Great punch. Powerful leg kick lands.
Timely defense there, huge block for him. Hard shots landing on both sides here.
Big head kick land. He loaded up there on that high kick.
knee there to the chest. 20 seconds to go.
Caught that kick there.
All right, so a nice straight punch there after he caught the leg. He decides to punch out as opposed to going for any takedown. Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
All right, another round is now underway. Pretty good previous 2 rounds. We'll see who makes the requisite adjustments now.
The adjustments are going to be the key, John. When you're doing everything you're trained to do and it stays this close, you gotta really switch it up. What corner was able to relay that message to their fighter better in this round?
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Oh, big punch lands.
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands. Nice leg kick lands. Big kick lands. Oh, big head kick lands. Nice leg kick.
Oh, he's landed a high number of total strikes here in the latter stages of this fight. He's really picked up the pace and landing far more strikes than he did in previous rounds.
Nice sneaky head kick.
Trying to establish that jab once again. Right up the gut, DC. He's in a world of trouble now.
They say the straight moves are the ones that get there first, and it got right to the target. Oh, that's a nice strike.
And both fighters exchange in the pocket.
Liver kick.
Shows him the left and then follows it up with a right. Nice 1-2 punch there by Lee.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows. Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick. Head kick.
Oh, good job defensively there to block the strike by Lee. Oh, right under the elbow, right under the
Perfect. It was a perfectly placed shot, and you see his opponent reacting violently from that punch.
Oh, he landed another great shot to the body there, really starting to connect at a high percentage now in the latter stages of this fight.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Combination lands for him. It was hard to see a miss in that sequence. He's put it all together.
I mean, everything is just flowing. He's like in a zone. He had it hurt.
So he's bleeding now over that left eye. Hopefully it doesn't impair his vision too much. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Action by him there. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with shots like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school. Dig and kick.
Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight.
Hands high, hands high.
Back to the left hand now, unable to connect. Oh, you see he's trying to time that counter, just misses. Very nice leg kick there by Lee.
What a punch.
Able to check that kick as well. Oh, nice straight left there. Ooh, looking to set up the head kick, but he misses. Oh, big knee. Wow!
He needs to start looking to finish now because
Big knee!
oh, look at him jumping in to try to get the finish. Oh, he got it back!
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Lee's has got full mount now. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, we'll see how he chooses to defend here. Well, you know I don't like the gi very much, but I have an appreciation and a healthy one for these type of transitions.
You can tell he's been in a gi at some point in his life with the way that he moves so freely.
I'm skipping jiu-jitsu next week, too.
Big, powerful punch land. Now we get back to range.
1 minute now to go in round 4 of a possible 5.
Let's focus now.
Lands the right hand.
He didn't like that left hand.
He's got hurt here.
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press it. He's got to go chase that finish.
Do you believe it? Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught that ultimately appeared as though the outcome was an eventuality. So if you're the referee, you got to protect the fighter, and I thought he did a good job of doing just that. All right, let's take a look back at the replay. It ends up a knockout, but this was really a striking clinic from the moment they touched one.
I mean, a competitive fight. That one guy finally found the shot that ended the fight. But both of these warriors displayed a ton of heart. One guy got the finish, but neither guy should be disappointed in their performance.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 29 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout, Bruce the Dragon